For centuries, Japan existed in self-imposed isolation under the Tokugawa shogunate. This Edo period from 1603 to 1868 saw peace and stability. Japanese society developed a distinct culture and rigid social hierarchy. The arrival of Commodore Perry's black ships in 1853 shattered Japan's isolation. Forced to open its doors to foreign trade, Japan faced a pivotal moment. This encounter exposed the technological and military disparities. The Boshin War from 1868 to 1869 ended the shogunate era. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 marked a turning point in Japan's history. Emperor Meiji, a symbol of modernization, was restored to power. The new government embarked on a path of rapid transformation, aiming to catch up with the West. The Meiji leaders understood that to survive in a changing world, Japan needed to embrace change. They launched a series of reforms known as the Meiji Reforms, aimed at modernizing every aspect of Japanese society. The Meiji government dispatched officials and students abroad to study Western technology, industry, and governance. They sought to adapt and adopt the best practices of the West to suit Japan's unique context. The Meiji reforms encompassed a wide range of areas, including education, military, industry, and infrastructure. The government established a universal education system based on Western models, aiming to create a skilled and literate workforce. Military reforms led to the creation of a modern army and navy, modeled after European powers. Industrialization was a key focus, with the government encouraging the development of factories and modern infrastructure. The Meiji reforms propelled Japan into an era of rapid industrialization and economic growth. The government invested heavily in infrastructure projects, such as railroads and telecommunications. New industries, including textiles, shipbuilding, and manufacturing, emerged and flourished. Japan's economy underwent a dramatic transformation, shifting from an agrarian society to an industrial power. This rapid industrialization, however, came at a social cost. As factories sprung up, people migrated from rural areas to cities in search of work. This led to the growth of urban centers, but also created social problems associated with rapid urbanization. Despite the challenges, Japan's economic and military power grew steadily. Japan's newfound strength emboldened its foreign policy. It sought to establish itself as a major power in East Asia. Japan's victory in the First Sino-Japanese War against China marked its emergence as a regional power. Japan's victory in the Russo-Japanese War against Russia stunned the world. Japan's growing militarism and expansionist ambitions led to its involvement in World War II. The Great Depression had a profound impact on Japan, leading to economic hardship and social unrest. The military gained influence, advocating for expansionism and resource acquisition. Japan's invasion of Manchuria in 1931 marked the beginning of its expansionist campaign in Asia. The international community condemned Japan's actions, but it continued its aggressive policies. In 1940, Japan joined the Axis powers, aligning itself with Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 brought the United States into World War II. Japan achieved early victories in the Pacific War, but the tide turned against it as the United States mobilized its industrial might. The war had devastating consequences for Japan. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945 led to Japan's unconditional surrender. The war left Japan in ruins, both physically and psychologically. After World War II, Japan faced the daunting task of rebuilding from the ashes. The country was occupied by Allied forces, led by the United States. The occupation, which lasted until 1952, aimed to demilitarize and democratize Japan. Under the guidance of General Douglas MacArthur, the supreme commander for the Allied powers, Japan underwent a period of significant political, economic, and social reforms. A new constitution adopted in 1947 renounced war, embraced democratic principles, and guaranteed fundamental rights. Japan's post-war recovery was nothing short of remarkable. The country experienced an economic miracle, fueled by factors such as US aid, government policies that promoted export-oriented growth, and a highly skilled and educated workforce. Japan focused on rebuilding its industrial base, shifting from heavy industries to consumer goods and electronics. Companies like Sony, Toyota, and Panasonic emerged as global giants, symbolizing Japan's technological prowess and manufacturing efficiency. Japan's economy grew at an unprecedented rate, transforming the country into an economic powerhouse. Japan's post-war economic miracle was intrinsically linked to its embrace of technological innovation. The country became a global leader in electronics, automobiles, and consumer goods, known for its high-quality products and technological advancements. Japanese companies invested heavily in research and development, constantly seeking to improve existing technologies and develop new ones. Japan's technological prowess was evident in various fields. In electronics, Japan led the way in the development of transistors, integrated circuits, and consumer electronics such as televisions, radios, and cameras. Japanese automobile manufacturers revolutionized the automotive industry with their fuel-efficient and reliable cars, capturing a significant share of the global market. Japan also made significant contributions to fields such as robotics, artificial intelligence, and high-speed rail technology. Its technological innovations not only drove its economic growth, but also enhanced its global reputation. Japan's cultural influence extended far beyond its economic and technological achievements. Japanese culture, with its unique blend of tradition and modernity, captivated audiences worldwide. From traditional art forms like calligraphy, tea ceremony, and flower arrangement to contemporary pop culture phenomena like anime, manga, and video games, Japan's cultural exports gained immense popularity. Japanese cuisine, with its emphasis on fresh ingredients and artistic presentation, also became a global favorite. Japan's cultural influence could be seen in the rising popularity of Japanese language learning, the adoption of Japanese fashion trends, and the growing interest in Japanese martial arts and spiritual practices. The global success of Japanese cultural exports contributed to a more positive image of Japan, showcasing its creativity, artistry, and unique cultural perspective. Japan's soft power, its ability to influence others through cultural attraction rather than military or economic coercion, became a significant aspect of its global presence. Despite its remarkable achievements, Japan faced challenges and opportunities in a rapidly changing world. The country's aging population and declining birth rate posed significant social and economic challenges. The shrinking workforce and increasing social security costs put a strain on government finances. Japan also faced increased competition from emerging economies, particularly China, which challenged its position as a leading economic power in Asia. The rise of globalization and technological advancements presented both opportunities and challenges for Japan. While globalization opened up new markets for Japanese products, it also led to increased competition and the need for Japanese companies to adapt to a more interconnected world. Technological advancements, particularly in areas such as artificial intelligence and automation, had the potential to disrupt traditional industries and create new opportunities for innovation and growth. Japan, with its technological prowess and history of innovation, was well positioned to capitalize on these emerging trends. Japan's post-war foreign policy focused on pacifism and economic diplomacy. Japan maintained a close alliance with the United States for security. It also sought good relations with Asian neighbors, balancing historical grievances. Japan played an active role in international organizations, promoting multilateralism. Its foreign policy aimed at regional stability and global peace. Japan's history, from its period of isolation to its rapid modernization, wartime experiences, and post-war economic miracle, profoundly shaped its contemporary global identity. The country's ability to transform itself from a feudal society to a modern nation-state in a relatively short period demonstrated its adaptability, resilience, and capacity for innovation. Japan's technological prowess, cultural influence, and economic success earned it global admiration and respect. However, Japan also grappled with the legacy of its wartime past. Its wartime aggression cast a long shadow over its relations with its neighbors, and issues such as war apologies and historical revisionism continued to be sensitive topics. Japan's efforts to reconcile with its past and promote regional reconciliation remained an ongoing process. Japan's global identity was a complex tapestry woven from its historical experiences, cultural values, and aspirations for the future. As Japan looked to the future, it faced both challenges and opportunities. The country's aging population, declining birth rate, and growing national debt posed significant economic and social challenges. Japan needed to find innovative solutions to address these demographic shifts, such as encouraging immigration, promoting work-life balance, and investing in technologies that could enhance productivity. Geopolitical uncertainties, including tensions in the Asia-Pacific region, also presented challenges for Japan's security and foreign policy. However, Japan also possessed strengths that positioned it well for the future. Its technological prowess, highly educated workforce, and culture of innovation provided a solid foundation for continued economic growth. Japan's commitment to sustainability, energy efficiency, and technological solutions to social problems also presented opportunities for leadership in a world grappling with climate change and other global challenges. Japan's future trajectory would depend on its ability to leverage its strengths, adapt to changing circumstances, and continue to innovate and contribute to the global community.